Hello and welcome to the explanation of the EDRE 4450 Literacy Expert Portfolio. This is Dr. Eutsler and I designed this assignment to give you an authentic way to apply your learning. So let's go through what is expected of you under each of these components. First off, you are going to create your own website using the Wix website, WIX, and you'll create a free site. You do not have to choose the same background as mine or template. What you will do on the home page is you will change this to your specific title. Then down here in the middle, you're going to give a summary of your topic and tell why you chose this topic. So you'll have two little paragraphs there. All right, that's all for the home page. Now we're going to click on Literature. Under this tab, you will list your annotated bibliography. You're expected to read 5 articles that are from these journals or similar journals. A magazine, a blog does not count. You need to look at these and others that are similar. The International Literacy Association has a magazine that does publish articles. I will permit 1 from that. Otherwise, it really needs to be research-based and needs something that's going to provide you with evidence about what good teaching looks like. And this is something that you've been learning this class, how to use the library resources, how to use scholar.google.com. So this is not something that should be unfamiliar to you. You also have our library resources and our librarians to help you locate articles. You are not alone. So please go over to Willis Library and ask for help. Also, of course, ask your teacher. So here is an example of what an annotated bibliography looks like. This is only one example. So here I have my APA format, and then below I have the actual annotated bibliography. Now the purpose of this is you will not remember everything you read, and reading everything in its detail is not that important either. What's important is getting a top-down summary of the article. What is it about? What is the context? So who was in it? What did the researchers find? And pretty much really what I want you to focus on is what is relevant for you as a future teacher. What are some teaching tips and strategies that you can take from this that's going to make you a better teacher? Now we're going to go to the podcasts and videos. For this part, I really want you to explore lots and lots of videos and podcasts and pick your top 3. I've only given you a couple of places to look at this point. There's a lot of places that this is not inclusive, so you can look to Spotify or TED Talks to get started. Also, there's Visions of Ed, which is one of our colleagues, Dr. Krutka. So he has those videos, which I believe it as of this video in February of 2018, he has about 80 videos. So lots of useful things of him talking to real life instructors and teachers in the classroom. So some great stuff there. So with those, I want you to write down what the video was about and how you felt about it and sort of any inspirations or teaching ideas that you have as a result. Then for the technology tab, you're identifying 5 technologies that you can use to support students' literacy development within your topic. And when I say technology, I don't mean an iPad or an app necessarily. I want you to think broader than that. So, for example, if you are looking at a student who's struggling with dyslexia, you might have some assistive technologies that you would identify, because if you are in that role in the classroom, you're going to look outside of what an app can perhaps provide. You might need a tool, a special device. Those are technologies. So broaden your understanding of technology when you're looking for these things. Teaching tips. This might be my favorite. I've told my students that I'm kind of a bucket of ideas. So this is just a list of you're going to be contributing to over the duration of your portfolio of teaching tips. And eventually you're going to have so many, maybe 20 or 25, that you're going to need subheadings. So that way you can organize them by, for example, by themes. So you might have teaching tips that are specific to certain types of learners, for example, or diverse types of students. And so however it ends up being, but just make sure you have it organized. Then don't forget to click on More if your template has this option. Perhaps yours will have all the subheadings on it. And so the first one is assessment, which is something that we do during the fluency week in this class. So for this, you're going to take a running record on a child, and you're going to complete the blank running record form, which is right here. All of these other PDFs and files are to help you understand running records, to review what is a miscue, how do I take a running record. So you're going to upload this form, it will be completed, and then you'll also write out, you can just put it right on the website, the student's strengths and weaknesses. So I noticed this student was making multiple visual errors, particularly with the letters B and D. I have some concerns about their visual cueing system, and maybe they were reading too fast or whatever the case is, because you were the one that took the running record. So you can talk about these other issues that could have that came up that we can't see when we're just looking at a piece of paper. So it's really important that you discuss what was going on outside of just documenting the errors in the text. Get started by clicking on Reading A to Z. There's some great passages there to help you identify a text. You might want to grab a couple of texts because you don't know what level the student will be at. A first grade student could be reading at a kindergarten level, or they could be reading at a second or third grade level. So grab a couple of them, because if your student is reading and they only make one error for 100 words, you're not going to have much to analyze, and it's not going to be a very good assessment. So just think of that. If you have any more questions, of course, ask your teacher. And the last thing, and perhaps the most important, is, and it's not long, so you really need to think about this reflective summary, 500 words. Now, what's really important here is documenting the stages of learning that you went through, some of the things that surfaced from your readings or your videos, or the experiences of taking the running record or identifying technologies that really changed your perspective. So provide examples and give concrete thoughts to how your learning grew over this project, and maybe talk about where you see your learning going now as a result. If you have any more questions about this portfolio, please ask your instructor. I really truly hope that you take it to heart and really enjoy it and find something that is a passion for you and something that you can take into your classroom and have it be useful for you as a future teacher. All right, y'all have fun now. Good luck.